So he had a negotiation with himself to come, because essentially his role.
It's outrageous.
That was
me in the
corner
logo.
level of passive aggressive
Yeah.
right there. Make it out of iron
Even the off
instead of like titanium. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to Idiots of F1, the podcast that brings you all the chaos of Formula One with none of the technical dross and absolutely zero telemetry chat. I've almost fucked up.
Zero intelligence?
Absolutely.
Is that what you were saying?
Telemetry.
No, all intelligence. We're here for the drama, the delusion, and the deep philosophical debates like whether Lance Stroll is just a vibe or a liability. I don't know if you guys are picking up through the mic just yet, but we are here live together.
Live. You can
in
hear the
the
crowd.
same room. We are in the same
Penis.
room. Yep,
If
there you
the
go.
same room was in San Diego, Tay is also here.
Well, yes, Tay is dialing
Live from telemetry communication.
in. Hey,
from-
speaking of...
Bouncing off satellites.
Before we all kind of dive into you lot running this show, if you're new here, here's the deal. It is of F1 is where F1 meets fun. We don't take ourselves too seriously, clearly. We get things wrong weekly, clearly. And we love this sport for all the wrong and right reasons. Mostly the wrong. I think we love it for the wrong.
I love it for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
for
if
sure.
you came here for tyre degradation analysis, you've made a terrible mistake. But if you're here for celebrity sightings, radio meltdowns, and first corner critiques, you're home. This week we're diving into grid walk and trash talk, previewing the upcoming, I'm going to fuck up the pronunciation because that's my jam, Emilia...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, is that right?
Sorry, that's right.
Fucking
Emilia
hell,
Romagna.
He's already laughing.
I thought you were going to say Imola. Sorry.
Yeah, Emilia...
Our audience can't hear my embarrassment.
Yeah, he's gone red again. Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Is Romagna right?
I don't know. I thought it was Romana, but Romagna sounds...
Romagna.
I'll take it.
Romagna.
And now, just
It's a
before,
soft G.
just before we start, we've started. I feel like we're more professional because we're sitting on a couch with our mic up. You know when you're like on TikTok or Instagram and there's some cool podcast and they're sitting on this elaborate couch and they've got the mic and they're looking at each other. Yeah, we do a podcast. Yeah, we're in a podcast.
We're
Look
in
at
a
everyone.
podcast.
You know, and there's like those educational podcasts that pretend they're doing a podcast and they're just talking off camera and they're doing.
Why are you sitting like that now, though?
Because that's how they sit. They,
It is exactly how they sit.
They put their knee up, they put their arm on the thing, and they lean back like they're really cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big F1 guy. I've got a lot of money, so I can afford an apartment where we
Kind
do
of a
podcasts.
Big deal.
Yeah.
That's the vibe you're giving off.
Yeah. I'm sure this video itself would have like 5,000 likes or something. Or probably
I'm a
5.
rest. Oh my god. That's what I felt
Oh my
like we were
God.
going to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I finish my fucking intro? I've forgotten where I was up.
Can
to.
you?
Something- Yeah. Thank you, Ev.
You just announced where we were going this week.
Well, so we're at Imola.
Yes.
Which I have pronounced correctly. A track with history, meaning, and probably another Ferrari heartbreak brewing. Then it's quiz time with Hush. You've been paying
we're not at
attention,
Imola.
followed by another round of What's Verstappen in. We love a pun, in case you haven't picked up. We do love to try and come up with a couple of marketing slogans, if you will. Where in What's Verstappen, we'll go off track to unpack the headlines, rumours, and general F1 nonsense from the past week. But before we fire up the engines, gents, let's check in with the crew and ask some completely unnecessary questions. So, Tay, our dial-in expert for today, how are you? And more importantly, you're in Italy with 1 mil left to live. Are you having carbonara?
Carbonara?
What is wrong with you?
Is it
Have you
carbonara?
never
Carbonara.
eaten before?
Yeah, carbonara.
Also, you make it sound like $1 million's not left. You've got $1 million left to live. If I ever have $1 million,
I
it's
just
like
went on a
you make it sound like I got
massive
$5. What are you like,
Coke
George
and
Russell?
Pros. Coke and pros.
Okay, but back to my point. Are you having carbonara with Lando, pizza with Lewis, or gelato with James Vowles? You're on the clock.
I love the alliteration.
Gelato.
Gelato with
Oh,
James
I
Brown.
think
Of James
I'm
Brown.
doing pizza with Lewis.
Pizza with Lewis. Why?
But why do I only have $1 million left?
No,
is
you got
the
$1
million?
What,
million left. I
what did
never
you
said a
do,
million.
Tay? You started with $1 billion
Also-
and now you've only got $1 million left.
Who does, when you're having pizza with Lewis, who does he thank first when the pizza comes
No,
out?
hold on.
The factory.
We are, yeah. I want to thank the tomato sauce factory. Just we're sitting in the same room, and at no point did I say anything about $1 million. I said you've got 1 mil left. Oh, like one meal. Oh my god, this is the Audi thing all
This
over
is
again.
the Audi.
$1 mil left.
This is the
and I was
Audi.
like, at what point does you have $1 mil left? I was like, that is not an amount left. That
Taylor,
is a-
what's wrong with you if you've only got one meal?
I wish I could see Ev's face.
His facial expression doesn't change whether he's embarrassed or impressed.
yeah.
Oh, so
I
is
can see
Oscar.
the confusion. You have 1 meal left, like you're
Confucius
Jesus.
said.
Yeah, right. Okay.
First of all,
Tay, don't eat it.
It's Audi. Audi.
I don't. When you started banging on about money, because we're sitting here live, and this is like probably going to be the hardest editing job we've ever had to do. 'Cause
I'm
we're
not
in the same room.
editing of this.
But I just let you go
mean
with the
DB
whole.
will
If
have
I
to.
had 1 meal left, and then Tay jumped on that, and I'm like, okay, I don't know why they're talking about
Man,
money.
you really,
but-
because you really look like you,
Yeah,
that's what I said. I was
one
like, oh, wow.
meal, like as in, you know,
One
like what's your
meal.
last
Yeah,
meal?
no, we
Oh,
get
the
it
Last
now.
Supper.
Yeah.
We get
There's
it
one
now.
Last Supper left. I
One
get it.
last supper.
God,
So,
that
Tay,
was-
you're having pizza with Lewis. He's thanked the factory. Just out of curiosity, why have you chosen Lewis? Because you like pizza, or
Tomato factories.
No, I do love pizza, and also I think I like his story.
Groundbreaking
rather than
journalism
Val's,
here.
And Lando would just whinge about how he's not number
no?
one.
Okay, I'm not
And
starting.
McLaren.
We're not starting there. We're not starting this episode.
They
with
bring
more
Tay's
Lando.
drink first, and Nando's every time.
He'd be crying.
And
He'd
then
be
he's like,
crying
hey,
with
you
his
know my mate
carbonara.
Ev, he doesn't like you because you've had sex.
Yeah. He'd be like, but I haven't.
Oh, that's
Still a
just
virgin.
publicity.
All right, Ev, buongiorno. If Ferrari could outsource their race strategy this weekend, which fictional Italian character do you trust more? Super Mario, The Godfather, or Rocky Balboa?
What, to come up with a strategy?
Yeah.
Probably. Well, see, what was his name in The Godfather? Because then
The father.
because
Godfather.
he's running an organization,
Oh, I like where you're going.
very
with this.
and they're very serious, very,
Very
professional,
successful.
very,
Very
successful.
and kills people if they fuck up.
Yes,
Also, but also
Super
don't.
Mario though,
Collects some lot of money.
he
he can-
overcomes
Mario Kart.
adversities.
Also, might I add, as someone who's collecting money,
Whose answer
obviously-
is it?
usually having more money would decrease the lifespan because you're probably indulging too much. Mario gets more life the more money he gets. So
true.
he has a
true.
game named after him.
he does. It's amazing.
Rocky Balboa,
Are you
CTE.
gonna go through all of them?
I don't want to. I wouldn't put him.
but always wins.
Can you imagine? Do you know
No,
what?
I thought didn't he lose?
He
Oh
did
well,
lose.
Apollo
Rocky 4 or
lost.
5 he lost. To be fair, Rocky on the radio would be about as good as it gets for Ferrari currently.
Yeah, so I would choose Marlon Brando's Godfather because then nobody would
That's a good
overtake
choice.
you because they'd be
okay.
too afraid.
Easy does it, fellas. You win, I'll
Bring it in,
play.
bring it in easy. Just bring it in. Just finish the race.
Lando Norris just went missing after Italy. We don't know what happened with it. Okay, cool. These questions are going better than I thought.
I know it was you.
Digby.
You haven't got the Digby yet.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. You wouldn't know he hadn't got to me yet.
Right, if you were given one lap around Imola in a 2004 Ferrari, which I think...
2004. What are you talking about?
like when they won the championship.
Oh, okay, right.
In the 2004
Schumacher's
Ferrari,
Ferrari.
would you A, cry, B, spin, or C, immediately ask for a soundtrack of Andrea Bocelli in your helmet?
I'd spin because there's no way in hell.
Yeah, you
Well, no, not voluntarily spin.
oh.
I'd put my foot on the. I would have
Done.
no idea what I was doing.
Tay-
I've seen Top Gear where they can't
As a
drive the
spin.
car.
Hey,
Yeah, I'd be
like 12
useless.
races last night, dead last in all of them.
Mate, I-
Traction control was off.
I can't even race in F1
yeah, exactly.
with traction control.
No,
And then
yeah.
you told us to take it off once, and I couldn't get past
Yeah,
the start
Get it
line.
out of the fucking...
I was like,
Yeah.
So yeah, you put me in that Ferrari. Just don't tell me the keys. I'll just sit there, get my photos, maybe sing a song.
Rev it a little.
A little bit of Last Time to Say Goodbye. By Umbridge.
Wait,
Yeah.
You'd be playing at my funeral.
No, hold on. Let me full circle this. You'd be listening to It's Time to Say Goodbye because you're driving Ferrari. Marlon Brando
So-
from Godfather.
He's gonna kill me.
He's going to kill
There
you.
was a couple
and
of years
Kay
ago-
is in the pit wall eating pizza with Lewis because Lewis got
Yeah,
sacked
and
from Ferrari.
I'm asking Taylor, what should I do? And he's like, oh, whoop, whoop, whoop.
At Imola, not Emilia Romagna, but the Imola track.
Is it the
just
same
the track, not the Grand Prix. So it's just the
Oh.
track.
Yeah. Ollie, the first year that we were watching it together, Ollie, we were all watching at the same time, had a chat, and one of the car, it's a huge back straight,
Yes.
top speed, the highest top speed you're gonna get.
Like Monza.
Yeah, Monza. Sorry, that's what I'm
So
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, Monza. Yeah.
Where the chicane is, where the chicane is for you do that. Where Lewis went up.
the Lewis Max corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the first year, we watched it. There's often it's too much of a bottleneck, so some of the cars take the off road. There's the off road has these styrofoam.
Oh, I thought they were concrete.
Yeah, and Ollie, honestly, he saw this car.
I thought it was Vettel.
Yeah.
Vettel went straight through, and me and Ollie just about had a heart attack.
Yes.
We were like, oh my god, he's going to die.
Yeah.
And all the styrofoam went everywhere. Like, it reminded me of the movie Speed, where they run into the lady.
The cans.
The place where the bus
Could
can't slow down.
And the lady's got the pram, and you think it's a baby. It's like, it's just cans. And it's like, we literally were like, Keanu Reeves going, oh, it's just foam.
That would have been
foam.
That would have been a great story for when we actually do Monza.
Because I had no idea that you guys had no idea.
Oh, I think most people who listen to this podcast know we have,
have
no idea.
Oh,
Speaking of which, we're talking about Monza. We should be talking about Imola. Back to the host.
Now that we've settled the vital business, let's get stuck in. First up, the hills of Imola are calling. It's time for Grid Walk and Trash Talk. As the trucks roll into Imola and the European season properly kicks off, let's break down what's bubbling in the F1 paddock ahead of, I'm not even going to say it again, I'm just going to say
Emilia
Imola.
Romagna?
Emilia Romagna.
Or is it Romania?
No, it's not Romania. Romagna.
No, Romagna.
It's a soft.
Romagna.
Yeah, it's a soft G.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, do this when you say it.
Romagna. It's Emilia Romagna.
Yeah, to Tate's point, you got to do the, what do you call it? The hand
the
gesture.
You got to know. You put two fingers,
Chef's
2
kiss.
inches, and then you pull it back in.
feeding the
Well,
pony.
that's a different.
Feeding
that's a
the
different
pony.
thing. Yeah, that's right.
First up, and whilst usually something we would hold off for what's Verstappening, but given the headlines and column fills, let's talk Alpine, who have somewhat turned into a bit of a live-action soap opera. So, just a quick snapshot. Here's the headlines, lads. Jack Doohan's out. Franco Colapinto is back in. And team boss Oliver Oakes has exited stage left, reportedly as part of a personal decision. I put that in quotations marks. Yep. Which in F1 speak usually means either a scandal, a sacking, or a sudden craving for peace and quiet. Colapinto's got 5 races to prove he's not just a PR-friendly surname, and all eyes will be on him this weekend. Gents, I got so many comments and questions. Ev, I'm going to go to you first. Putting aside the fact that Alpine has had, I think it's like something, is it like 7 or 8 bosses in the last 6 or 7 years? Like
It's not been good.
Yeah, it's not been good. Obviously, replacing Oliver is, and we've spoken about him before, but is Flavio Briatore. Is that how you say it? Is that good?
Sounds right.
Briatore.
Yeah, he's a very honest man.
Who, well, to your point, Tay, he has a very storied and controversial history in F1. Briatore previously led teams to championships, but he's also been involved in what's been referred to as Crashgate scandal. For our listeners, can you give us a quick trip down history lane and tell us what the fuck happened?
He's not a controversial figure. He's the biggest villain in Formula One history. There used to be cheating that used to go along up until like the 90s. And even then, probably still doing it, but not the way he did.
Tell us what happened.
What had happened? It was the Singapore Grand Prix.
What year?
2004, I want to say.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, maybe early 2000s. The Singapore Grand Prix has only been around since the early 2000s.
Yep.
What had happened was that it was halfway through the season, and Fernando Alonso, I think, was winning at the time. What had happened was that he was down in like 10th. And
you mean he was not winning the race, he was winning
the
season.
championship.
He was winning the championship, yep.
And so he was having a bad race, and his teammate, which was Nelson Piquet.
Nelson Piquet, the one that made all those racial comments about Lewis.
And
grandfather of Verstappen.
And he was further back. And so Flavio got on the radio and essentially did execute Order 66. And there is a little bit of, to be fair, there is some conjecture over whether or not, the only conjecture is because Piquet did crash. And it's a street circuit, so it causes a safety car.
Red flag type thing.
The only conjecture is whether or not he actually got that message and he just crashed on his own. which is like,
So funny.
I don't know what's
imagine
worse. I
him.
don't
He's
know
like,
what's worse.
am I a cheat or am I shit?
Yeah.
Like, I have
Just
two
a bit of
options here. Anyway.
you have to turn the mic on.
Yeah.
So there was some conjecture as to whether or not he got the radio call in time for the crash.
What? Sorry. So this is the end of the race.
No, it's just like halfway through the race. So what had happened was that Fernando came in for tyres before.
Yeah.
Then everybody else under the safety car came in for tyres, but Fernando already had them, conveniently. And so Fernando came first. He just like drove off into the distance and he won the race. Also, the second place man was Felipe Massa, who came like dead last because he not only got fucked by the safety car, but he got fucked by Ferrari because I think they left the hose on the car. And so he drove off and then he had to stop.
Such a Ferrari.
all teams.
Even at their best, they're still shit.
And so what had happened? That had happened. It was the first year of Lewis winning the championship.
So it couldn't have been early 2000s.
So late 2000s.
So 2008.
Something like that, whatever it was. I don't care.
Lewis won his first championship in 2008.
Yeah, right. And so he won it on the last corner of the last race of the year in Brazil. And
But this is not when Alonso and Lewis were teammates. Alonso was at Renault.
I can't remember.
Well, Flavio was never involved with McLaren.
Yeah, he's at Renault.
Oh,
and
well,
then
then
Lewis
yes.
was at
Yeah,
Renault.
right.
Okay.
So what had happened, and this is nothing to do with Lewis. The season goes on. Lewis needed to finish like fourth or higher to beat Felipe Massa. Alonso wasn't even in the hunt by that point. He
So
dropped off.
Crashgate, like Alonso didn't even win it that year.
So what's confusing is that Hamilton wins, and so you think that it's all about Hamilton must have cheated, but no, it was between Massa and Alonso, and at the end of the day, it didn't even matter about Alonso. It was only between Lewis and Felipe Massa. So then Lewis wins famously on the last corner. He overtakes, I think, Jarno Trulli in the
take your word
Toyota,
for it.
and he comes fourth, wins the title. Felipe, I think he wins the race, and he misses out by like a single point. The scandal,
Philippe, he would have won it had that not had happened.
Yes. And which is, who was it we were talking about? Christian Horner was like,
Latifi.
No. Christian Horner was like,
just throwing out
if
random
we
names.
had a 15-second penalty, we lost the race by 14 seconds.
Last week.
That's not how it works.
If we didn't have a penalty, like the race changes regardless.
What?
Yeah, it was more recently that Massa was actually doing an investigation, or he was going to sue.
So it came out that Bernie Ecclestone led
that exact issue.
Bernie Ecclestone, who was the owner of Formula One, he let slip like 5 or 6 years later that the Formula One were fully aware of this, and they just chose not to do anything about it.
Because it brings the whole sport in.
Well, so supposedly they didn't find out about it until after the season, but in the same calendar year. And then he thought, well, look, it's already done and dusted. Lewis won fair and square.
And Lewis will cry that he's...
And so last year, Felipe Massa took them to the arbitration of sport because he...
15 years later. 16 years later.
Yeah, because
it was
he's
2009.
lost, not only... If he were a champion, the amount of commercial product that you can have...
So loss of revenue.
Yes, so he was suing them for like 20 million.
And also, that makes Lewis not as big of a champion as he currently is.
Oh, calm down.
No, I don't mean that. I'm not trying to slight Lewis.
No,
I'm not saying he's not worthy. I'm just saying, think of the impact that then has on Lewis's career and the amount, so much more money.
So
he
what
would
you're
make.
saying is that he deserved to be robbed by Max Verstappen 4 years ago because he got gifted a championship in
roundabouts. It's all swings and roundabouts, mate. Swings and roundabouts.
I'll edit that TikTok so you said it, pal.
I said it. Hey, so we've spent a lot of time talking, and first of all, please don't fact check Ev on any of that because we started in the early 2000s and we ended up in 2008. I think we're talking about 2009. So what you're probably quickly picking
I'm yet to
up
care
on is
about
that
facts.
we're yet to nail the detail, but we get
The details aren't the important part.
That's exactly right.
We're about stories.
But we've spoken about all the drivers there, but let's go back to old mate, who all I want to keep calling is Flabio, not Flavio. Like Flavio.
whatever.
Yeah,
I just can't.
Oh, yeah, so he got banned for life.
So he got banned for life.
Yes.
When?
Till now.
At the end of the season?
Oh, I can't
Or
remember. I don't remember when.
So you said the F1 didn't respond to it, but somebody did
Yes.
because he got banned.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. What does Tay have to say about this?
Yeah, Tay, go.
So what I was led to believe when he came back into the picture was because he was coming in as a consultant.
Yes.
It didn't fit under the same.
Oh no, he got his ban lifted.
So that's why I'm really confused by the fact that now he's team principal.
Yeah, he got the ban lifted after 15 years.
Was that a cash thing?
I don't know.
Who knows?
We don't. That's for
We
sure.
don't, that's for sure. Very good. Okay, I've got more questions about this.
All right,
Follow us
go
for
it.
more.
There you go. So sorry, just this wasn't a question I had pre-planned, but F1 for you. I take it you're not a fan of Flabs?
He in history, who are big sporting athletes who've
Marion Jones,
Lance Armstrong.
So the Chinese swim team of the 90s.
Oh yeah.
in Russia or anything?
Russia.
Yeah, Russia for everything.
So the big. So
Doing a good job
funnily
of
enough, though, the
defending
big one that
China.
came out later was Carl Lewis because he was the golden boy, and apparently it came out he was big. But I feel like
the baseball guy, and he
Barry Bonds.
Yeah,
I
Barry
feel like
Bonds.
everyone in the late 80s, early 90s were 100% all on something because they hadn't figured out the testing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he's on
so
the
you're
same.
saying he's up there with your Lance
He's up there with Lance Armstrong.
Okay.
As,
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Who's Ben Johnson?
The Canadian one who actually got caught for steroids in the late 80s. He won the 100 meters and he got banned. Oh, the one you're thinking of is Flojo. Florence.
No, that's Flo Rida.
No. Flojo was a women's sprinter the same year as Ben Johnson, and they reckon for sure she was on steroids as well. But
Marion Jones got busted.
Yeah.
She did,
Yeah.
but not even she could. So Flojo has held the 100 meters, 200 meters for the
Records.
women since 1980, whatever
right.
it was, which is unheard of for the rest of athletics.
Was
Hey,
that
Tay-
who's the newsreader? The Kurt Brockman. Was that Kurt Brockman?
From The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I can't
You know
remember.
he's not a real newsreader. Hey, Tay, adding to the intrigue, Oakes' brother, William, I think his name's William, was recently arrested and charged with transferring criminal property. Now, we're not in the game of saying what's right or wrong here. We just repeat headlines and then we talk about it. So there's again, no confirmed link to Oliver. But the timing has raised eyebrows with regards to his stage exit. Do you have any details around what the story is there? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Oliver Oakes is involved in F2 with his brother?
Yeah, so he back in 2015, he started up High Tech Formula 2 racing.
Which is a team?
And then,
Yeah, they're very successful.
as a
Yes,
team.
yep.
And then his brother, William, who's the one that was arrested, he was the director of it. So he was running it since Oliver was as team principal. So apparently he got picked up with carrying large amounts of cash in Silverstone.
Wait, what? In Silverstone? Or in...
Yeah, in Silverstone.
In the paddock. Yeah.
Oh, in the this was
apparently, yeah.
Recently?
Wait. Did he just have $100
this
notes
was
falling
as
out
of-
of his pocket or something? How do you get picked up for that?
It's like Call of
Yeah,
Duty when you're running with a bag full of
clearly
cash.
he must have been under investigation.
They were following
So
him.
they happened and they followed him. So his the team is High Tech. Apparently, there's affiliation there with Mazepin family. from Russia.
He's the oligarch. What's his name? What was Mazepin's dad's name?
I just remember
Not
you calling him an
Nikita.
oligarch.
Dimitri.
Well done, Ev.
Yeah.
There's only two names in
apparently
Russia.
There's affiliation there, and that's what I think it all ties down to. But in regards to actual information of the details, there's nothing out
It
there. You just say that
it
was
happened.
picked up and
It happened once in the 90s where Ferrari, someone dropped Ferrari data, blueprints, design, insider information, and they put it.
I'm imagining out of their pockets. What is going on in the paddock? Are people just walking around? Oh no, there goes my blueprint.
They had all this information in a portfolio, and someone left it in Ferrari's headquarters, letterbox.
Oh,
As if it was the McLaren. I think it was McLaren because Mercedes weren't in it at the time. It was McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari, and then Ferrari just gave it to the FIA because they don't want any of this shit. It's so dodgy. You're gonna get caught instantly.
Where did you
Also,
find
you
that?
can't. We'll come around to this
Someone placed it in our
later,
letterbox.
but you can't just take someone else's IP and incorporate it into your car. Everything's baked in from the years in
I
advance.
want to talk about car
because
IP in a
there's
minute.
something that's come out in the last couple of days.
Yes, we'll get to that. Actually, weirdly enough, I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Pamela Anderson.
What?
No, I'm fucking
Always.
with you. I just wanted to see what his response to that was. Sorry,
Oh, man.
Did you guys know? Did you guys know that Oliver is only 36?
Who's Oliver?
Yeah, his brother's
Welcome to the
31.
conversation, Digby.
Oliver who?
Oliver Oakes, the team principal of
Oh,
Alpine.
right.
He's only 36.
I mean, we say that because we're
37.
almost 40. 36
Almost.
isn't. He's no, like, spring chicken, you know.
36 is a team principal. You look at
And
how
his
old's
career's
Horner?
over.
Yeah, 36 used to be, like, well at the end of a sporting career.
Also, just to follow on from what I was saying, yes, there's this stuff with his brother, but then there's also now rumours of him replacing Horner, Oliver Oakes.
Which we'll also get
I don't
to.
know why. He's come out of nowhere to be in
Apparently, he's like.
F2. He's been successful with F2, but why he would go...
Apparently, he's very good.
Well, if he's 36 and doing it, he must be fantastic.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah, that's
he's like
true.
a boy wonder type vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, but how old was Christian when he started?
that's a,
Like, because
actually,
they
that's
all.
a fair point.
I mean,
That's
they've been there for a long time, so maybe
And
like
they were shit for a long
maybe,
time as
maybe
well.
he's 5 to 10 years.
Okay, well,
early.
here
I
you
don't
do
know.
the math. I think it's this weekend. Just because you've mentioned Christian, I think it's his 400th race with Red Bull this weekend.
Yeah.
So if you work on the basis,
It's 20 years.
and what is he? Is he 50? Has
Okay,
he turned?
so it was like early
20
30s when he was in the
okay.
back.
Well,
All
that's
right.
not what he tells the girls to market.
No, but he wasn't the principal at 30, was he? He was just because he
No,
started.
he's been team principal.
Oh, really? Okay.
For,
Yeah,
he's been-
okay.
has he been team principal the
20
entire
years.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
20 years or something,
Diggs, I do
yeah.
have.
Yeah, our
let's-
third question of the podcast. We're finally up to.
we're flying through here. Let's get back to the actual driving. I
Like an
flagged
Alpine.
in the intro, Colapinto's been given 5 races.
Yes.
Seems a bit odd. Fair to say that for me, that feels like PR spin. I don't think he's been given 5 races. Let's be honest. Jack Doohan ain't fucking coming back.
No.
Right? I mean, do we all agree with that?
I mean, I asked you
Yeah.
this the other day, right? Because we were talking about the Argentinian sponsorship thing. So either they've said to everyone else, look, it's just 5 races, everyone. Let's not get excited. Don't worry, Jack. You'll be back. Like, look, he's pretty shit anyway. We're just pleasing the sponsors. And they've gone to the sponsors simultaneously. Look, we'll just tell everyone it's 5 races and you'll get your 5 races. But really, he's in for the long haul. Unless he's shit. They're not getting rid of him.
Okay. You've mentioned sponsors. So there's the managing the reputation of the current sponsors.
Yeah.
Ev, I'm going to come to you. I've got two questions for you. I've forgotten one of them, so it'll come back to me in a second. It's left my brain.
That's my job.
Yeah. The first one is, how much does the money that Colapinto can bring in through sponsorships impact whether or not he's sticking around long term?
Heaps.
Heaps.
So much. Like,
So
most
it was
of
something like 20 million or something.
Argentinian type sponsor? Like,
Yeah.
is this all money?
No. Yeah. So it got leaked. I think either the day before or the morning of, where Alpine or Renault, the parent company, already announced an Argentinian sponsor.
Yes.
And so it was like, which was obviously
everyone was like, oh,
premature.
okay. Yeah, right.
And like, what a coincidence. You've suddenly got a third of the way into the season and, now you've got an Argentinian sponsor.
So as an insight for this sponsor thing versus being a racer, so when
Yes.
you, like, obviously it's different once you're in the F1, it's very structured. But say my mate Rick, who drives GT, most of his day is spent entertaining
Yes.
Yeah.
the
Yes.
sponsors.
Yes.
So yeah, he's a
that's tough.
fantastic driver, but if you can't host the day, then you're probably not good. Like you're not worth enough for the team. It's
Well,
like,
that's why Daniel Ricciardo's always popping up.
Exactly. So, like, I think if you're new to the cast, we have talked about this in the past, but most of you're not getting necessarily the best drivers in the world. You're getting almost the best drivers who also have the best sponsorship
Charisma.
ability.
Yes.
Because that's why they're all like decently. They're all like
Got it.
an 8+ out of 10.
It's not a question. I can't figure out for the life of me the question I was going to ask you. Ev. It will come back to me probably at the most.
Inconvenient. During housekeeping, pay attention.
yeah.
6 inches soft and 9.5 hard.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I have to ask that question. Colapinto, if you guys remember, first of all, he's incredibly assured of himself. And I don't mean in terms of anything below the waist there. I'm talking
Well,
in
like
terms
as
of
in-
he's very confident.
As in, like,
Yeah.
Liam Lawson
But he-
confident or George Russell
But in
confident?
Spanish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he crashes the car a lot.
So like Liam Lawson confident. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Which I find again, we joke about the 5 races thing, and I think it's fair to say that Jack Doohan has seen his time in F1. I can't see him coming back. I also don't believe there would be any other teams interested in Jack Doohan, given that there seems to be some really serious talent.
Didn't
out
even
there.
have enough time to prove himself anyway.
I know, I agree.
So, for example, Yuki had a very tumultuous career, has only ever had a tumultuous career, but he was backed by Honda. He's always been backed from before
Japanese
Formula
company?
One. He was their chosen child.
He was their rising sun.
Yes, and so that's how he got into Red Bull, because Red Bull and Honda.
I heard you all.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so it's very much not to be misplaced. The impact that sponsorship brings.
Yeah.
Look, Mazepin.
So you're saying he can crash the car as many fucking times as he wants? If he brings in money, it don't matter.
That's what Perez did.
Colapinto or Yuki?
Well, both.
Well, both.
Perez,
I mean,
Perez was a big deal with the Mexican sponsorships,
I mean, just
right?
remind you that-
And that's why his name keeps popping up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because money opens the door,
Yeah.
not speed.
Well, depends what door you're trying to open, but yeah.
Okay, let's circle back here. I want to go back to the rest of the grid based on this weekend, and I want to talk about the other probably key discussion point that I've picked up on the last week. Bearing in mind we've obviously been off racing for a week. Ev, I now understand, with thanks to you and your education and the knowledge that you kind of bring the world. Half of it wrong, but anyways.
Yeah, but I say it with confidence.
You do. You say it with confidence. That's one thing we don't do badly on this podcast. Is
That's our new tagline: "Idiots of F1: The confidence and skill of Liam Lawson."
Yeah. Actually, that was the question I was going to ask. I hear that he's, again, sorry, listeners, we're going to just go a different direction very quickly. I hear Liam Lawson's seat is at huge risk at racing bulls.
should be.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
as
I'm not
in-
surprised, but
It
also
should be.
Like, he's now out there publicly saying, how...
he's putting his resume out to McDonald's, going,
Yeah,
does
yeah.
anyone have any delivery
Anyone,
driver?
I can flip burgers.
He's much the same with Ricardo when Ricardo.
It's a pretty fucking aggressive
No,
slip.
but
like Ricardo had
ever
10
since
years.
Ricardo
Like,
left,
14.
ever since he left Red Bull, his decline was so consistent.
yes.
And there's a thing. Well, all athletes, they have form and bad luck.
Hot streak,
and
baby.
it seems like when you have poor form, you also have bad luck, and vice versa. So Ricardo only stayed in Formula One because of his bankability. Yeah. Liam Lawson doesn't have that charisma.
See, I think he is quite charismatic.
I think he could have been until he went on Drive to Survive this year, and everyone was like, wanker.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to labour on Liam Lawson, but I do want to bring up the one wonderful point, and I think I made a quip last week during the episode. I fucking hate Will Buxton, and I hate everything that guy.
I love all the.
To be fair, I actually don't hate him. I think I'd love to meet him.
But I love all the immortalised words of Will Buxton that haven't come to fruition.
But remember, in the last season of Drive to Survive, so before the season started, obviously, and he's talking about how Liam Lawson is the next Max Verstappen, and what a combination of a team. Like, God, that's aged well. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it, but we are talking about this weekend.
funny.
I want to go back to Ferrari, and going back to, I guess, my point. Ev, one thing that I have learned from you, particularly with understanding the geographical kind of remit of Formula One. This weekend is the first European race. You have ingrained in me over the last couple of years that what that means is the turn up of development, so upgrades to the cars.
Yep.
My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time that they're back in Europe.
Yes.
It's obviously close to all their factories, which means transport logistics of
Yes.
bringing upgrades is a lot easier. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe a few teams were actually in Imola over the weekend practicing. Maybe that's not right, but...
They wouldn't be allowed to.
I think that was just
Okay.
Lewis doing his rounds to the factories and thanking everyone.
Thanking
He
everyone.
must be so excited.
But look, and I'm going to open this up. Tay, I'm going to start with you. Based on the fact that we are in Europe and we are in Italy, it's not Monza. However, it is obviously Italy. All eyes are going to be on Ferrari and whether they're going to be able to address what I feel is a very slow car crash of a season so far for these guys. They've had one podium all year. But they're back in Italy, their home race, the expectations have to be high, right? The Tifosi turn up like fucking a plague.
Those unfortunate high expectations that they have at Monza especially, probably more so than Imola, right?
Why? Italy's Italy.
No, it is. But you know when like Monza's the place where
Monza's the home of
that's
Ferrari.
like that big congregation. Imola's almost like, if you're going to get away with it, this is the
the place to do it.
This is the practice run
It's
for
like
Monza
turning
almost.
up in Perth.
Imola only,
It's like,
Imola only came back because of COVID. Because they couldn't get out of Europe, so like we need more.
We need more
Europe.
races.
And so I don't know if they
Why is it
signed
still
some
on the
10-year deal or
fucking-
something.
Yeah, fuck.
I should have done my research on that. Anyways,
We
guys,
don't have Hockenheim. We could have that. The Nürburgring's
I miss
getting.
Hockenheim.
I know. The French Grand Prix with that.
Yeah,
oh,
they
you
got
guys
rid of
love
that.
that.
Yeah,
you guys
like
did.
that.
I hate
Like,
that.
why
track.
do we have like? And I love this track, but why do we have?
All right. Well,
Anyway.
anyways, it doesn't matter. We're not here to talk about Imola because, to be fair, I should have done the research.
We're
in
definitely
terms
here
of
to
how
talk
long-
about Imola.
Well, no, sorry, yes, we are.
And
We're
you
talking
should have
about
done your
Imola. We're not here
research.
to talk about the contract. To be fair, and I think I'm going to come out on record and say that Carlos Sainz is not Catalonian or whatever.
That's all right. I did correct that on
Yeah,
the
you did.
video.
Catalona wine mixer.
Yeah, it's a fucking Catalina wine mix. Just some context there is
I should have
because...
Madrid my research.
Yeah, you should have. There's another pun.
Nice.
Just on that context to why I suddenly randomly started talking about that is because we were talking about Madrid being added to the circuit, and Dibkey was so adamant that the reason why Carlos had been chosen as the ambassador.
Adamant. I made a brief comment
Yeah,
that
it was
it's funny
pretty-
because
it
it's
was pretty conviction.
Catalonian.
It was
No
full of
one
conviction.
corrected me, so I
Yeah,
thought
oh,
I was
wow.
correct.
Well,
Right.
that's a
Anyway,
new
yeah,
one. Digby
it's
talked
everyone
about
else's fault,
race
isn't it,
relations
Digby?
between
You're the victim.
Back to Imola.
cultures.
Back to Imola. Tay, have you heard anything, and again, going back to the point about upgrades, have you heard anything for any team, or is this a case of wait and see this weekend? Any idea?
Apparently, Ferrari's doing a huge aerodynamic
As in, like,
overhaul.
when you say they've done an overhaul, as in, and if you feel free to jump in.
They're bringing in new front wing. They've got a redesigned rear wing, and then apparently their side pods, their innovative P shape. That's coming through as well, like with the revised engine cover to enhance airflow and and the.
I was going to ask you to explain it
I
in
won't go
layman's
into
terms.
it.
I was just gonna, is that how Ferrari discovered? And you can see a nice P shape we've added here.
Yes,
I think this
yes.
racing stripe is pretty sharp.
Well, you said in the notes don't go too technical, so I was just like, I'm just throwing out like fucking.
That was about as generic as you could possibly get. I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Ev, anyone else coming with upgrades this weekend that we should be...
I've deliberately avoided like Ferrari news
speculation.
because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, another. Oh Lewis, oh look, they found data. It's just Lewis knows what's wrong, and he's
yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Mercedes apparently, and according to Martin Brundle, they're quite excited about their Imola package. Have you avoided news about Mercedes
Is that the
too?
new,
I
is
still
that the new
have.
floor? Or is
No,
that
I think
Bull?
Red Bull's got a
Bull's the
new floor coming. Yeah.
Red Bull has.
I think they had a new floor
new
last
front
week.
wing as well.
Red Bull had a
rear
new floor
brakes.
in Miami,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
okay.
and it did nothing.
Yeah, the new floor was in Miami. Yeah, it did nothing.
Okay. Oh, good.
There
All
you
right. Well, there you go. That's about as technical as you're going to get. So a bit of a wait and see with a little bit of very generic idea of what might be coming this weekend.
Let me play the Will Buxton for the. Ferrari's upgrade will be unforgettable in Imola this week.
But he wouldn't say in Imola this
win-
week. He'd just say unforgettable so that he could attach it to any
yeah.
race. Like I
To
told
win,
you. I told you.
to win at Imola, Ferrari are going to need to finish first.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I reckon, quote for quote, he has definitely
Yeah.
said something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah, as a trained fireman knows, where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's fire.
All right, look, before we get into the predictions, as per usual, as part of our ambitions to educate and confirm we can, in fact, read scripts, here's your track overview, boys. Imola, or if you're feeling fancy, the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Edino Ferrari.
I feel like I'm in Italy.
There you go. Yeah, it's the parts that
Wow.
you're eating. So, look, the track was built in the early 50s. Wrapped in espresso fumes and pure racing soul, this anti-clockwise beast is one of F1's most old-school, no-nonsense circuits. It first hosted an F1 race back in 1963, but didn't properly enter the official GP party until 1980 when it booted Monza off the calendar just for a 1 year only. So it's a bit of a, tap and go type vibe.
One night stand.
Yeah, it moonlighted as then the San Marino Grand Prix, which is definitely easier to say than what I've had to. Yeah, it's a good one. And became a regular fixture until 2006. And Ev, to your point earlier, it roared back into our lives in 2020 thanks to COVID as the aforementioned name, which I'm not going to bother repeating again. What's it like to drive? In one word, feral. Just ask Pierre Gasly, who called it one of the best feelings he's ever had in an F1 car. The anti-clockwise circuit is certainly fast, with an old school feel as the drivers put it on the line in iconic corners. Why does it matter? Aside from being near Ferrari's holy land in Maranello, it's surrounded by top-tier food, rolling hills, and more Ducati fans than sense, but it also holds real emotional weight. This is the track where Senna and Roland Ratzenberger tragically lost their lives in 1994. Yeah. Even today, Imola is where fans still gather to pay their respects. It's obviously a pretty sacred ground. Maybe why it will always be on the F1 calendar. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, if you own a house on the track, it's one of the best views outside of, I guess, Monte Carlo, where everyone's in their expensive apartments. Yeah, but when I don't know what corner it is, Ev might know. There's that corner, and there's all those, look like pretty shitty apartments.
Minerale?
Yeah, and they're all just looking out, they're hanging in the flags. It's like, that is an amazing apartment for 3 days of the year.
Yeah,
when it's the cricket, and then they pan back, and there's an apartment building, and there's always one guy acting as if he can see, he knows what's going on.
He's been looking at the camera all day, waving at the camera, but he's only on for
look at me,
30
I live
seconds.
here. Yeah. It reminds me of the Luton Town, like how that stadium is built on the back of all those apartments.
Yeah.
Gents, do you guys like this track? Is it actually a good racing track?
I don't know. I like it as a sprint track, actually.
Do they have a sprint there?
They've had the sprint there, and it was really that opening chicane and stuff is quite an exciting part of the track. But as I think my issue with the track, it looks almost like a training course. There's not a lot. You know how a lot of the courses scream the country that they're in? Monza's the big, long, high-speed track. Monte Carlo's the glamorous hotel.
This one's a smaller...
looks like it's in a fucking paddock.
Yeah, it's a smaller track. It's one of, if not maybe the only track that has a downhill braking zone. Which is notoriously difficult. I think the first year there in COVID, it was raining, and that a lot of Italy got flooded as well.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was 2023. They cancelled. Yeah,
and they were I don't know if I think it was Gasly again, and he was like, you actually can't brake going downhill in the wet because it's just too. Your car can't do it.
Monte Carlo's got the downhill one, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, but that's a bit different. Anyway, go.
That wasn't the one with the fucking tractor out. That was
Japan.
Remember when they brought the
Japan.
tractor out and the cars came flying?
Yeah, that was Japan.
Yeah,
was
and
it?
Gasly was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, that was Gasly in Japan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think that might have been Suzuka.
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
So it's I actually think the track itself is not a bad track at all. But when you're watching it from home, you kind of want there to be something iconic about the track. This just feels like the backup to Monza.
Do you guys know why I ask you guys about whether or not the race is going to be good?
Because we're on your podcast?
Well, yeah. I cannot ever remember what any of the races like. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. Your guys, and this is why, I could never be anything more than a go-karter, but also why I suck at the game. I can't remember the tracks. Your guys' memory of the tracks.
This is a forgettable track, in your defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, sure.
The last two corners are quite familiar.
I know when I watch it, I'll be like, oh yeah, of course, it's this track.
And then at that back, that weird chicane bit where it's always quite difficult coming up the hill and then getting quick right into the left.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you said it was on a farm, I wouldn't argue.
I can't. Just very quickly, I want to rewind to last year at Imola, just as a refresher. It was a race that gave us tension, tyre torture, and just enough drama to make the espresso hit harder. Max Verstappen returned to the top step after a rare early season off week in Miami, holding off a late lung-busting charge from Lando. So he only beat Lando by 0.7 seconds last year. Which I don't remember. Charles snagged P3 in front of the Tifosi, but let's be honest, Ferrari were outpaced, outraced, and probably out of excuses. Sounds like this year. Piastri came home in 4th, Sainz in 5th, and the McLaren versus Ferrari subplot was officially kicked off, really.
Okay, so this is where McLaren started showing.
This is where things started showing. Mercedes
That must have been their first upgrades.
I mean, I feel the irony is here. Mercedes, they finished. We know they had a shit year last year. They were P6 and P7, which is ironically exactly where Lewis is now. Swinging attention to the 2025 edition, gents. Tay, starting with you. You tend to just roll out the same names each week, but who are you? Who are you backing this week? You got anyone?
Oh, Oscar's always number 1 right now.
So you reckon he's this would be his 4th race in a row or 3rd?
Fourth in a row, but
that would
5th
be
win.
No, it would be 4th.
No, 5th win, but 4th in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th in a row, yeah.
3rd.
Yeah, I want him. Who do I want?
I want him.
No, not what you want. Who do you think? Are you or are they indifferent in your eyes?
It'll be Oscar, Max will be there on the podium, and Lando. It'll be those 3.
I
No one's
reckon.
really
Yeah,
in
okay.
any sort of
I
contention.
reckon Mercedes. I reckon Mercedes.
Yeah, so
This track.
what I'm so felt like Miami. Once you get through that initial ruckus,
So corner 1.
you're free.
once you
Like you're
actually get
kind
to
of
Europe.
free, right?
Yeah. Is this another one of those tracks once you're open
I feel
air?
like Imola's kind of like last a little because there's a few more areas
okay.
of danger. So I reckon there's a good chance someone might fuck this. Oh man, it makes it hard.
It's hard. Well, we don't know what developments are coming either, right? We actually don't know who's.
Okay, well, look, Oscar feels like he's the strongest. Max, the upgrades they had last week. Do they have Red Bull no upgrades this week?
Well, that's what we were saying.
okay,
We
so
thought it was a floor upgrade.
I'm
going to
put
sure.
Max.
He's got some aerodynamics.
I'm going to put Max 3rd or 2nd, but one of the McLarens is going to not make it, and Russell will.
Who you putting? Which
it'll be Lando.
McLaren are you putting money on, Diggs?
Look,
say what you
I'm
feel,
not
buddy.
biased,
Say
but
what
I
you
reckon
feel. Yeah, I'm not
Lando
biased.
Norris is definitely going to fuck it up again.
Ev,
He can't, surely not twice in a row. I don't think twice in a row.
to what? Finish.
Lando to fuck it up. So I couldn't pick which McLaren's going
You
to
say
be.
that, but I'm pretty sure there's multiple races in a row. That he's
Okay,
fucked up.
if I had to put my money where my mouth is, Oscar, Max, George.
Okay. Ev, are you giving anyone outside of like the usual suspects a chance for this weekend?
Look, naturally, I've got to go with my boy Lewis first, and everyone else crashes out.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
It
That's
should
how he
be
wins
Oscar.
just by default. Everyone else crashed.
It'll be very interesting for the rest of the season if there is a narrative about Oscar racing Max, and that he's the first person to ever kind of like trip up Verstappen.
Yeah.
Because he's just such a robot, whereas Max like wins.
They're both robots. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Nah, I reckon Max is the villain robot. He's
Yeah.
like the AI that goes evil.
Yeah.
Like he's.
The second one thing goes wrong for him, he blows up.
Yeah. Tay, what are you thinking?
So, I think this was something that we thought to bring up last week, was that how Max deals with different drivers.
Now we did touch on it.
How,
We said we spoke about like with I flagged that I think he respects Oscar more from a
we did
racing
talk-
perspective.
you guys did
But you're going to talk about friends, are you?
friends?
Like racing friends, like Alonso towing Max.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Chandler.
all that sort of stuff. So I think,
Chandler.
I think. No, I was just because I don't remember us really touching on it last week. So
No, yeah. So he
just in regards to how he is and
Yeah.
how differently he treats Oscar to.
Well, after the
like,
pantsing
and
Oscar
other
gave him
drivers,
last
to be
week,
Yeah,
it's
he
not
did. He pantsed
surprising.
him.
Like I saw a few different angles of that overtake from last week.
He panched him.
Jeez, he pantsed him
Yeah, he
well,
got him
didn't
good.
he? Because Max almost Max basically just drove straight off.
I want to get that into a
Yeah.
T-shirt. He pantsed him. Like, you know how we were
yeah.
talking earlier about getting some tees made?
He
with-
Pianstreet.
he Pianstreed him.
Whatever.
Whatever. Hey, guess what, boys? I'm moving on, and so is everybody else because I dictate the speed. I can hear the crowd cheering rising. It is that time again. It's time for Hush, you been paying attention.
You've been pantsing attention.
Yeah, Hush, you been piastring. The quiz where facts are optional, guesses are wild, and the scoring system is about as transparent as a Ferrari strategy. Every week I put Tay, Ev and Digby, these idiots with me, to the test with 8 questions. I try and keep it to 8, covering the F1. or mostly around the F1 and the upcoming race. And ideally,
Softly related
I
to the
try,
F1.
I try and rope in a little bit of host city trivia, on track, off track, and occasionally miles off topic. If you've been paying attention, you might just scrape through with your dignity intact. If not, well, you'll fit right in with the Alpine Garage. As it stands, Tay and Ev are locked on the front row with 3.5 points, with Diggs sitting very close in their rear view with 2.5. I need to find a way to get rid of these half points.
I thought you were going to say I need to find a way to get rid of you being so close to these two. That's what it feels
I'm trying
like
my
every
best.
week.
I'm trying my best.
Even back in the first
It'll be
season,
harder
remember when I started winning in the first season,
Yeah,
and I wasn't supposed to be winning.
Yeah,
I'm Oscar.
That wasn't the narrative that we decided on.
Yeah, well, no, the irony is we needed you to lose that year because we knew that Ev wouldn't pay the fucking charity. Before we get stuck in, this is the fan favourite moment. This is my favourite moment.
Yeah, me too.
It is buzzer check time. You guys have had a bit of time to think about this.
I just thought of
Tay,
one.
I'm going to go with you because you always just blow me out of the water. Let's get your buzzer check,
So
big guy.
random.
What do you got?
The Franzinator.
What?
I love that.
You
I have to ask
you have
every
to
week.
explain that.
Yeah, Tay's like that
Oh
really
my
bad comedian where you're like, you can't,
BoJack
you
Horseman.
don't get the chance to explain your jokes, mate. You got to let them
Love
hit.
BoJack Horseman.
No, but BoJack Horseman as a comedian
So-
is like, you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
So you don't
The
need to ask
flashback
it.
where he started as
it's
a
a terrible
stand-up.
And I
Yeah,
can't believe
yeah.
we didn't touch on this, but it's based on Max's fake name that he used when he was testing the Ferrari.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh, nice.
That's very good.
Deep cut.
We're going to get to what's Verstappening, which we don't have that covered. But Tay, I will get you to. That's a good one. We didn't even talk about Nürburgring.
No.
Evan, I'm looking at you.
I couldn't think of one, and then I thought of an amazing one that I haven't
Oh,
heard
good. This will be
before.
highly offensive.
Lando's flying.
If you're a new listener, that's a take on week one.
Instead of
Taylor Sawyer's Lando's freaking.
I don't get it though. What's the fly?
Oh no, I meant freaking, not flying.
Because
Yeah, you got it wrong.
Tay's
You didn't get
Tay's
I didn't
first
get it
week
right.
buzzer was Lando's freaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think
yeah.
that's what he meant.
That's
which is
what I
I'm
meant.
trying to say, but why flying? But
No,
this
that's right.
fuckhead
No,
couldn't
you're
even
right.
get that right.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
All right, so mine I just thought of after talking about Oscar and Max, but in the theme of like Ghostbusters where Bill Murray is covered in slime. It's like, he slimed me. It's Max going, he pantsed me.
Okay, I like
my
it.
that's
God.
Imagine
That's a
Max
t-shirt.
saying that.
He pants me.
This isn't our
He's
best
covered
work.
in F1
Yeah,
smoke.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm probably like half chub after that. I get very excited about this. I feel like you've let me down a little bit.
What
on
about
the
Imola roll? No.
No,
Forget it.
I'm on a roller gay.
Yeah, but I couldn't
I think my
Imola
favourite-
gay.
No, that's because there's a real plane that was.
So Enola Gay was the plane that bombed Hiroshima. So I was saying
this has gone real dark.
Enola Gay would be, but then there's a Simpsons
Do you-
episode where
do you think-
Krusty's plane is
Yeah.
called "I'm on a roller gay."
Oh god.
with the horse with the cradler.
So there you go. I think my favourite still to date, and I've got a few, but my favourite buzzer check this year was girls don't play baseball.
Oh, yeah.
There's no crying in baseball.
baseball.
Girls
Why
don't
do I
cry.
get it
Because he got it wrong like
There's
three
no
times.
crying in baseball.
Yeah, there's no crying in baseball. And
No, but it just kept getting louder and louder
and
each
he
time.
was so loud.
now I sound like a sexist by saying that. All right, question one, gentlemen.
movie.
I feel like I've got a good list of questions here for you. Tay, you're going to have to be real quick here because obviously the boys are sitting next to me and will pinch me. Question one. How many F1 Constructor Championships has Ferrari won? And I'm asking this question because we're in Italy and they are Italian. Anybody?
He pantsed me.
What do you got?
8.
Negative. 8.
I don't know. What do I know?
Well, this is like it's
I'm
the
the
75th year of Grand Prix.
Lando's
I'm the
flogging.
opinion-
What's
I'm
the,
the
I don't know
op-ed.
what my
I'm not
I don't
the
know what my,
tech guy.
What do you
my
got?
thing is.
What do you got, Ev?
I'm gonna say like 22.
No, see, kind of in the middle of where you both were then.
God.
In fact, bang on.
Why don't you just tell Taylor the answer?
We know he's not good at math, so don't worry about it.
Is it Singapore?
I'll still get it wrong.
Yeah, quick, you got 5 seconds.
16.
No, close. To be fair, 16 is what fucking ChatGPT told me, but it's actually 15.
Oh,
It's 15.
that's fucking
so
close.
There you go. Okay, we're still at nil all. Question 2. How many Italian drivers have driven in the F1? I'll accept an answer to the nearest 10.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I mean, I'd just be guessing.
Yeah.
Lando's guessing.
I think we all are.
All right.
Watch you, Diggs.
He pantsed me.
What do you got?
40.
Negative.
Lando's flogging.
What do you got? Flogging.
20.
No.
What is it? What's my... What did... I don't even know what my buzzer
Lando's
is.
flying. You dickhead.
Lando's freaking.
Oh, freak.
Tay, what do you got?
That flogging.
Flogging, yeah. Lando's doing something new every
Lando's
time Ev answers
crying.
a question.
Lando's flogging me with my pants down.
What do you got,
there we
Tay?
go.
Quick. You just get the last...
You said in the 10.
Oh, my God.
Nearest 10. I was happy to
So I
round
think
up.
the guess has been 20 and 40 so far. So
Yeah.
take your pick.
Has Tay been paying attention to the last 3 minutes of conversation?
Yeah.
30.
It is, gentlemen, 100 Italian drivers
Holy
driven
shit.
Formula One.
Holy shit.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they'd won 8 things. So like,
Well,
what do
I mean,
know?
the good thing
What
is,
do I know?
the good thing
Any of
is
them
for the
been
next question that you thought there was 40, Ev thought there was 20, Tay, you thought there was I think 30. So you went halfway.
We didn't even make the total.
Yeah.
The question I have for you is name 2 of them.
Oh, you're good at math.
Lando's flogging.
It's not a question that gets points, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
well,
the next question.
Ev, go for it, mate.
Yeah.
I thought you were just asking in general.
No.
Or
Oh,
Shit.
What do you got? Name 2
God, that
Italian
guy.
drivers out of 100.
Francinator.
I have one.
No, hold on. He's called in. 3,
oh,
5,
no,
4, 3.
3.
Quick.
Oh, the guy who's like 1-5.
No, okay, move on. He doesn't know.
Oh, I can't think of the names off the top of my head.
This is wild. I can't wait. Anyways,
I know
Tay,
so.
Tay, you were
I
in-
know
Tay,
so many.
Tay, you, apparently.
I
Tay?
think I know too.
Well, Tay's up.
You're
No, you're
too
out.
late,
You're
yeah.
out. You give.
Yeah,
Be careful.
don't
You
say.
give Tay the answer. Tay, name 2 Italian drivers.
Antonelli.
There you go.
Fucking
Well done,
hell.
Evan. Well done, Evan. He's literally on the
there
fucking
you
grid.
go.
There is a post of him tonight on Mercedes with an Italian flag around
We
him.
talk about him often.
Yeah. Okay, Tay, one more.
One more.
You get half a
That's
point.
where I blanked.
Yeah. Wow. This is amazing.
Can I get half
you're
a
a
point? Hold on.
third. I think
Can I pick one? Can
Yeah,
I
go.
tell you?
Yeah.
Is Barrichello Italian? It sounds Italian.
No, I don't.
It's American
I don't
Italian.
believe he is.
No, I think he's Portuguese.
Oh, fuck.
Tay, would you mind just fact checking that? Can you just check Rubens Barrichello?
Yeah.
I think he's German or something, isn't
I
he?
thought it was German.
Yeah, I think he's
German
German.
Barrichello. Wow.
Yeah,
Anyway,
hard
what the
CH.
fuck do I know?
Antonio Giovinazzi?
Giovinazzi!
No, I was right, it's Brazilian.
Giovinazzi!
I was thinking of his greasy hair. I'm
Alpha
like,
Romeo.
he drove for
Very
Alpha.
good on
That's
that.
Brazil.
I rarely remember the
Alpha
the
Romeo.
non-drive like he was a not.
Yeah, he was nothing.
Yeah. Tay, what were you saying?
Barrichello's Brazilian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, but what I was saying is Giovinazzi. I remember him while he was driving. As soon as he's off the grid, forget he exists.
So Tay's winning by half a point at the moment.
That's classic. Half.
Yeah, he got half a point because he got one.
Antonelli. Yeah.
Yeah, Antonelli. Well, this I
Could have been you, Ev.
think it's fair to say that you guys aren't going to get this answer because it kind of is.
Come on,
similar
mate.
answer.
Come on. Who
Okay.
are you talking to?
All right. No, Ev, put it down.
Down.
Evan,
Phones away.
you
or
can come back to that in a second. Sorry,
What could
ladies and gentlemen,
possibly
I was
be
telling-
pressing?
He was trying to figure out whether or not the name that he had in his mind.
Yeah.
So to that point, question number 4: how many Italians have won an F1 Drivers' Championship?
Oh, I don't know, but I'll guess. Pants me.
What do you got?
He pants me.
He pants me. Pants you. Quick.
1.
Negative. Anyone?
Francinator.
What do you got?
4.
Nope.
5.
No. 2.
Damn it.
2.
I almost went to.
And I was going to say,
second guess
I've got
myself.
written here, and bonus points if you can name who, which is clearly not going to fucking happen.
Giovinazzi.
But I know the guy who won 5.
No, he won 2.
No, he won 5.
Who won 5?
Who?
Doesn't matter if he won 5.
He's like he was the most significant driver for Ferrari. He set the record for winning the most number of...
But I don't.
But I
this
think he was
means nothing
Italian.
without a name.
I don't think he was Italian.
Either way, I was
And that
gonna.
was Michael Schumacher.
I was gonna say 2, and for some reason I was so scared that
And
it
that
would be
is
a
a
trick
German
question.
name.
I was like, oh, 1.
No. So, based on my research, and this wasn't a chat GPT, Alberto Ascari won 2, and Giuseppe Farina.
Such a great.
It's such.
name.
I mean, it is perfectly.
I am
Fangio.
Giuseppe Farina.
Yeah, where was
Fangio is Brazilian.
That's who I'm
Oh,
thinking
you're
of.
an idiot.
Yeah.
That whole time, I'm like, I know his
Brazilian
face.
names sounding Italian. I didn't know that was the thing.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't have said Barrichello.
Well, I was
Sounds
thinking
Italian.
it was Barrichello.
Oh,
which
good, like
sounds
the
more
Italian instrument.
Well, no, like,
you mean like Austrian
like
classical music?
limoncello.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Maranello or
Right,
something.
I'm going to move us along before we start talking about Austrian history and World
Yes.
War II.
And-
Welcome to the Barrichello circuit.
Question
See with
number
Mussolini.
5. Here we go, boys. This is where things get real spicy. We're off track now. What is this is going to be a dangerous question. I'm going to pay for this. What is considered socially unacceptable after 11 a.m. in
Land is
Italy?
flying.
Or-
Frasinator.
Nah,
Cappuccino.
Evan.
You was going to be coffee related.
Yeah,
How
it
the
is.
Oh, what? You knew that
Yeah,
too,
it is.
Tay?
Yeah, I knew that.
Suck
too,
it.
You
yeah.
can't-
Oh, I thought for sure one of you was going to put a dick joke in there.
Well,
Yeah,
put a
you
dick in
have
my
to
coffee.
have.
yeah.
Don't put it in
That's
the
a
coffee.
punishment for
Yeah.
coffee after
Yeah.
11 a.m.
Ev, that's really impressive.
It's,
How did you actually know that?
Well, because I have
You saw it
class.
on
You
Instagram.
have class.
I think you have to have like
Yeah, class.
espresso
Yeah,
afterwards.
Now, you and
It's
George
travel
Clooney.
guides. Travel guides.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. So, Ev races into the lead with that. I was not
Boom.
expecting it. Question number 6. What dish... Hold on.
Is best served cold.
What dish
Revenge.
is Bologna, a nearby city to Imola, famously
Land is
known...
flying. No.
Oh, I mean, you stuttered a lot then.
Well, it's a ragu, but it's spaghetti bolognese.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Tagliatelle.
Actually, it's
Do I get an extra point? I get an extra point for that.
actually,
Okay, so we are
still don't have a point.
6 questions in. Ev's up. What are you? 2.
I know all the food questions.
Two and a
Apparently.
half to
2 and
zero.
a half, but remember the next 2 questions, and for
10
those following at
points
home,
each.
Yeah.
the rules are
Yeah.
that you lose points for getting it wrong.
Yeah.
So you lose 2 points for getting the next 2 questions
Stay the course,
wrong.
Ev. Stay the course.
So you both can still win.
I
Digby
blame
and
my
Tay.
buzzer.
Yeah. You stuttered the whole way through
Yeah.
that. To the day, Junior. Question number 7. What iconic Italian brand did Ferrari founder Enzo Ferrari work for before starting his
And
own
it's flying.
team?
Lamborghini.
You are wrong.
What?
You are wrong, and you lose 2 points. Tay is suddenly in the lead. So Diggs, you could. Yeah, you're wrong. I thought it would have been that, but you are wrong, my man.
Because he only started. No. Oh, sorry. Wait. What was it?
Sorry, what was the question
Did
again,
that?
sir?
No,
I'm pretty
Lamborghini
sure
only
that's the
started
other way
because.
around, Ev.
A tractor company.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they started making.
Well,
it.
I've
So you
I've
guys, is either of you, Tay?
I don't want to lose points because I don't know the
So you're gonna pass? Are you both passing?
Yeah, I'm passing.
Tay's in the lead.
If I pass, does he win automatically?
No, because we've got one more question.
Great.
So whoever gets the last one right wins.
Do you want to know what the answer was?
Sure, I'd love to.
Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo! Damn it! God, why don't I just fucking do what
Back yourself in, Diggs.
Well, I backed myself before.
You've had this imposter syndrome feeling your whole life. Just
Yep.
back yourself in, bro. Right,
Back
question
myself like a
8, the
tractor.
final last one. After 7 questions, the leader is on half a point. Aren't we fucking useless? Yeah, here we go.
We don't do half points here, people. There are no ties in life.
Tay, I need you to listen carefully here, just in case you've got a delay. The Italian word tifosi refers to what group of people in
Depends,
Formula
me.
1?
Frasinator.
Digby, what do you got?
The fans of Ferrari.
Bingo. Oh, he's done it. He has come through. There you go.
Wins
Hey,
it with one answer.
Do you know
I
what
thought you were going to say me like, what does it mean?
No.
Well,
I
he
was,
did it
I was
if
just.
you'd
I was.
listened.
Who does it
No,
refer
kept it
to? And it
simple.
refers to Ferrari's fans.
And you know
passionate
what? You know what song I'm going to play in celebration is my new single, Testarossa.
Oh yeah, it's good.
So I've got a
Play
Ferrari.
that.
I've got a Ferrari song, so we'll play it now.
But
no one will know. It's
To your
not
point,
out for
Ev,
weeks.
what it means is those with typhus, which is not an STD, but typhus apparently means feverish support.
I was going to say, is that like typhoid or
Yeah,
something?
it come from the.
Yeah.
Latin
Imagine
for
coming into
typhoid.
Australia. So if you, I know most of our listeners are Australian, but if you're not from Australia, when you come into Australia,
Do not
it's
say you have
very
typhus.
strict. Yeah, it's don't like I can imagine a tailor coming in.
There's
Do you have any
quarantine.
fever? Let's just say I'm a tifosi. Are you telling me you have typhoid? Let's just say I have a fever. We're gonna have to take you in, sir.
What about
He's
Johnny Depp's girlfriend with the dog?
Fucking Amber Heard.
What's that got to do with
Amber Heard.
anything?
I don't
Did
know.
she have typhus?
Well, no, because they brought
She
the
had
dog in
syphilis.
on a private jet. Oh god.
Moving forward, gents, while Formula One might be about lap times and championship points, we all know the real action happens when the helmets come off, the mics come out, and the PR disasters hit social media. Welcome to What's Verstappenen, our weekly deep dive into the off-track world of F1, where the gossip is fast, the drama is faster, and the actual truth is somewhere in the gravel trap. Each week, this is where we unpack the headlines, the hot takes, the internal... It's actually internal meltdowns when we're doing quizzes, but the internet meltdowns, team boss fallout, surprise car launches, bizarre celebrity appearances, and whatever cursed idea the FIA is trialing this week. And we have spoken about almost all of that, I reckon, this year already.
DJ Khaled. Yeah.
Yeah. and another one. Here's how it works. Each of my esteemed colleagues here get 20 seconds to respond to a recent story. Whether it's serious, silly, or totally spiralling, you've got one shot to give your take, hot, cold, or completely unhinged. There are no points, there's no rules, and absolutely no media training, just vibes and verbal tyre smoke. So if you came here for power unit analysis, you've overshot the braking zone. But if you want wild speculation, emotional reactions, and Tay trying to get through a sentence without slandering someone, you're home. So let's find out.
Sure, that's Ev, not me.
What's Verstappen?
It's all of us, isn't it? I
Right,
just
topic
edit mine
number
out.
1. You ready?
Oh, wait, who are we starting with?
Oh, good question. Any particular
Well,
order?
I won, so I
Yeah,
start.
actually, that's what, they are the rules. I forgot they are the rules. The winner
fucking
goes
yeah.
first.
And I'll
then-
stick to my 20
It's
seconds.
been such a long time. That's
know.
all.
Poor old
I know.
Ed.
You know what?
It's so unusual.
We're all even now, by the way.
I know, it's three
We're
and a
on
half.
Three and a half points.
I'm going to round everyone up to 4.
Yeah, let's make it
Everybody's
4.
on 4 points.
Everybody was.
Well, you could all be on 0 if we're just going to reset it.
Well, it's too
Why
hard to
would we
keep it.
want to reset it
this
to
is-
0? I want my
Well, why don't we
points.
just add a couple of zeros on the end? Now everyone's on
Okay.
4,000 points.
We're all at 400.
Why don't we put you on 0?
Right,
Ooh.
here we go. Fuck it. Topic number 1. Fuck it. Spend what you want. FIA President Mohammed bin Salman.
God.
Fuck. I'm going to start again.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Fuck it.
Muhammad
Night
Ali,
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billion Muslims in the world who's just offended.
Topic number 1.
the
Fuck
fucking
it.
book?
Spend what you want. FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem has recently expressed his frustration with Formula One's cost cap, describing it as a headache and questioning its effectiveness. Introduced in 2021, the cost cap was designed to level the playing field by limiting team expenditures. Off the back of Ben's comments, sounds weird calling him Ben, my mate Ben, discussions are now sparking regarding the potential removal of this financial regulation. Gents, the best thing about sport is jeopardy. The idea that anyone can win at any time. The likes of the NBA, even the AFL here in Australia and other sports all across the world have introduced measures such as salary caps and the likes of drafts to level the playing field as much as possible. Whilst we have seen Red Bull dominate since it was introduced with 4 back-to-back world champs, suggesting maybe it doesn't make a difference, which camp corner are you in here and why?
So maybe it does make a difference, and that's why Red Bull won 4 years in a row. However, what is the point of a cost cap if not everyone can reach or get close to the cap?
Yes.
So
Yep. Yes.
he didn't introduce it, did he?
No, I think
'Cause
this
that
was,
would
this
be
was in
weird.
No,
play for a
he's
long
in the
time.
FIA.
That would be
Formula
weird
One.
if he introduced it and then wanted to take it away. Anyway, I was all for it, but it doesn't seem to have changed the season as much as I'd hoped. I'm indifferent because I can't see the benefit. Like taking it away, we're just going to
Either
have
way.
Mercedes instead of Red Bull at the top.
Yes, probably.
All right, go,
But
Evan.
yes,
You go.
the part of this was, and in conjunction with the ground effect, right? That nobody's had the money to come back at Red Bull.
Yes.
And so that's like, what was the point of all this that we've just like hobbled ourselves?
But don't you love it that they have to force them?
Yeah.
Like, again, you can only bring developments to this track this
Yeah, but
weekend.
then why
Like
was it that
McLaren
Gunter
came back.
Steiner's the only one at Audi sitting in a little toy
Shopping.
boat trying to be like,
which Audi?
Shopping.
Which Audi? Just to clarify, I'm not
but he
doing
did
this
a
again.
photo shoot for Audi.
Yeah, the supermarket Audi? Or
Yeah.
No, but in saying that, but McLaren had the answers last year, and it was exciting because they didn't have them till halfway
got
through the
Ford,
season.
you've got-
It was never exciting when Mercedes were winning because no one could touch them.
You got
Yeah.
Williams in the mix now. Okay, so sorry, you're both against this?
No, I like it. I don't think it makes
He's
enough of a
indifferent.
difference. I'm
You
indifferent.
don't think it makes enough of a
Well,
difference?
because Red Bull was still on top, right? And maybe that was because of the cost cap. But you just made a really good point. Williams is now back in the mix.
That's what I mean.
And I was like, maybe that is why they're in the mix. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not counting their money, but
well, neither is Christian Horner.
it's got to take you edge of 20 seconds. So.
Yeah, but like
fuck up.
I
he
think
doesn't need to be.
I think also because
No, you go.
yeah, you go, Tay.
Wait, start your 20 seconds. Let's
Go, Tay.
Mercedes was always like they just spent and just
Yes.
threw money at
Yeah.
it, right? That's why to some extent they were dominant. When the cost cap came in, Red Bull knew how to budget because they didn't have the money just to throw at it. So I
Yeah,
think
maybe.
that's why Red Bull's been so
I like
good.
that. Yep.
In saying that, they've also been real sneaky with
Sneaky,
some of their
sir.
catering options.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got
That
back
does
there.
make the season a little more exciting and you know.
But really, he doesn't have. Why is
Spice.
MBS poking his nose in this?
So,
FIA
just to
have
be clear,
nothing
this
to
got
do-
nothing to do with FIA. No. Oh, right. Okay.
They're referees. Imagine if the referee for Man United or Crystal
They
Palace
do.
are playing this way. Like, imagine the referee comes out, all right, you're not allowed to play because you cost too much.
Yeah.
Haaland,
Yeah.
you cost too much.
It
You're not allowed
sounds
to
like
play.
the referee coming off at the end of the game and they're like, do you want an interview? He's like, I'm just wondering, is this cost cap really worth it? So who are you? Oh, I'm just a linesman.
Yeah.
I'm only being paid $50.
Yeah,
That's a fair point. I didn't think about that. So this is just this guy. And look,
Yes.
he's
He just wants to be in the news.
He
Yes.
again, you see it in
Yeah.
all.
We've spoken about him a lot.
I know,
this year.
I know, and we're actually, weirdly enough, guys, we're going to talk about him again in a second because I do have another topic.
Let's move
that
on.
weirdly sums around. But yeah, I'm more just recently, and because
Yes.
we're on it. But you know, you see those things where he's trying to insert himself in almost
Yes.
every fucking camera angle. It's like, hey, hug me, high five me. Like, fuck
So
off.
this is
yeah.
also mirrored in football, in soccer, because was it last year, the year before, where Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, Man City, all the biggest teams actively tried to break away.
That's right.
And
Yes.
start their
Yes.
own
Oh.
closed
Super League.
really?
Yeah, Super League.
Yeah, yeah, it was
And
the
it
money
failed a bit because they were like, imagine if
Well,
every
it all
week
got-
was the Champions League final.
Yeah,
That would be boring as shit.
Yes, it would. But
Yeah.
they only think about money.
Yeah, yeah.
No shit.
And
not sure what your
so
point
this is the same thing where MBS is, he is worried about.
Sorry. Are you just abbreviating him?
No, that
Yes.
that is the correct
MBS.
abbreviation. Is MBS.
As in, that's what they call him. Wait, are we talking about?
Yes.
Man-
M. Night
Mohammed
Shyamalan.
Salah.
Mohammed Ben
Yes,
Salim.
MBS is the correct. It isn't Ben Sulayem. That's not his surname. His whole name is Mohammed Ben Sulayem. So MBS is the correct
As in, like, you
abbreviation.
just use. It's like you calling me OS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As in, but that's what they actually call him. People call him.
I don't know if
MBS.
I wouldn't call
He
it
sounds like a
to his
fucking TV
name.
station. I'm so confused.
But,
It sounds like Cat and Hat or something.
he's-
Sam, I am. I do like
yeah,
three
yeah,
names
Will
in
I
hand.
am. Yeah, let's get retarded.
So he's worried about Formula One getting too big for its boots and doesn't need the FIA anymore. That is the undercurrent to everything.
Oh, I like
because
that.
his
Okay.
power is as the head of the FIA, but Formula One's owned by Liberty Media,
Yeah.
who don't
I like that.
care about
Because FIA proceed to overlook all motor racing.
all motorsport except
Yes,
American.
Almost.
Except
don't do
American.
American.
America. Because American sport always gets better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he?
That's
is
world
he?
number one.
Is he down there at the fucking local fucking
Nah.
GR2 races trying to
local-
get high fives and photos? No.
Down at the local
he's-
Audi.
yeah. But no, so just to be clear, he loves the spotlight. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, interesting.
He came from nobody knew who he was before he
that was
came
my
in.
next question. Does he have a background in racing?
He doesn't, nor
What?
does the Middle East. And which
a
we
really
should be
broad
respectful of
general
people
statement.
who want to who want to begin an affair, a love for motorsport.
Yeah.
We shouldn't hold it against a country
No.
that doesn't have a
So
history.
technically, he's got
But
no.
yes, he has no experience in
What?
motorsport. Nobody knows how he got voted in. He last
paper
ran unopposed. So however he's afforded this.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Okay,
Yep, it's very bad because it makes the FAI look really.
Is he got a good relationship with Stefano? Like, is that a
No.
personal? No.
No.
Okay. That's
He's-
really interesting.
And every time you see him butting in, and there was a video today I saw of him trying to go over to Max, like
Yeah, Max laid into it.
yes, and you're like, imagine you dripping with sweat, or he lost, right? Max didn't win, so imagine how pissed off he is anyway.
Do you know what I would love to see? Is
What?
remember when Max pushed Ocon? Imagine if he
Yes.
did that to
Yeah.
MBS.
Oh, man,
Like,
amazing.
I'm a fucking
If he
joke.
did do that, is there any repercussion?
Oh, there
I
would
was
have-
thinking
there
on the
would
way over
definitely
here, I was like, imagine being at your work Christmas party and you're having fun, and then when the boss comes over to see if
push
everyone's
him.
having, and you're like, oh, everybody has to be on like their best,
Best behaviour.
behavior.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, thank you, sir.
It's not
No,
like
this-
the HR man.
I was going to say, isn't it more like the HR?
Yeah.
Fuck off, Toby.
Fuck off, Toby.
Yeah, and so
And,
like,
and then Michael is like
No,
walking around and Toby's like,
no.
oh, I don't know. And like, fuck off.
yeah,
You are the
No,
worst.
what is that quote? It's like, Michael, you can't fire him without cause. I've got cause, I
hate him.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's move to the next topic. There's a bit to get through in this one. I worry about trying to cover it off in 20 seconds.
But that's the
I know
that's
it
the
is,
game.
but there is an element
These are the
of-
rules we play by.
These are the rules we play by, which we break every fucking week. But there's a bit to unpack here, so bear with me, boys. McLaren magic or mumbo jumbo? McLaren's dominance in 2025 5 wins from 6 races, has had some of the paddocks scratching their heads, and now a new theory may have cracked the secret behind their tyre-saving superpower. After Red Bull raised suspicions during the Miami Grand Prix, and I put in brackets here, claiming that they saw moisture in McLaren's tyres via thermal cameras, the FIA investigated... What?
They didn't see. You don't see moisture.
Well, they saw
a cold spot.
Yes.
cold
Whatever.
spot.
Fucking,
Cold spot.
okay.
Semantics.
Cold spot, moisture. There you go.
Moist. Oh my god.
Well, there was
Proof
an element
of water.
proof of water. Proof.
Why would that prove water?
Because
like,
it's cold,
because
mate.
it's-
Water cools things.
Anyways, we've gotten.
Don't worry, we're
It's
smart.
an easy
Continue.
assumption.
You get it. You get it.
I'm cutting that.
Anyways, the FIA investigated and they cleared McLaren of any wrongdoing. But now, I'm going to do this in like a real...
Oh, yeah.
But now, former McLaren aerodynamics engineer Martin Buchan, however the fuck you pronounce his name, has reignited interest
Buscemi.
with a wild but plausible theory rooted in his old PhD research. In layman's terms, they've found a way to keep the temperature of their tyres within the optimal range that allows them to stay quicker for longer than anybody else on the grid. As Buchan puts it, it's all thanks to the interior design of the brake drum and the potential use of what they call phase change material. Now, if you're asking what the fuck phase change material is, don't worry, you're not alone. Effectively, what it means is that when the material hits a certain temperature, it will change its state of matter from solid to liquid.
Brilliant.
The resulting change of matter then keeps the temperature constant despite further external heat input. In short, McLaren have managed to incorporate this material within the internal ducting of their brake drums, which stops further temperature from impacting the tyres. It keeps the tyres within the optimal temp range, which gives them a superior advantage. Some mouthful? I think I get it, but gents, putting aside the science of jumbo, isn't this just brilliant engineering and ingenuity?
Yes.
Technically speaking, it may be classified as cheating, and I'm putting that in an exclamation mark. Okay, one day it might be. Or at least by Christian Horner.
Yeah, I was just about when Horner says so.
Again, like, is this not just what this is engineering innovation, right?
Okay.
About finding ways to get even better while stick to the letter of the law. Because by all accounts, based on the FIA letting them go, it is by the letter of law. When teams complain, are they complaining mostly because they didn't come up with it?
Yes, because the whole point of the Constructors' Championship is designing the coolest fucking car that does the best. What you just read out then about that system sounds so
cool.
fucking genius.
So cool.
They deserve to win everything because of that.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't come up with that, Christian, I'm sorry, buddy. Go drink your tyre water back at home.
that's the tyre water
That's the tyre
thing.
water. So if you didn't see it, Miami GP, Zach Brown is drinking out of a water bottle. On the side it says tyre water. And it was so fucking brilliant.
So good.
And the thing is, I hate when this... If they do make a rule to change it, which happened to Williams in the 90s, I think it happens. When it's ruining the sport, fair enough. But this is the most exciting part, where they come up with this brilliant idea and people
It's
don't know how to do
ingenuity.
it.
Imagine being so smart to
Yeah.
go, fuck, look what I've come up with. And just to clarify, we didn't talk about this in What's for Stappening last week because obviously McLaren boy, what's his name, Zach Brown, was doing that to take the piss because the FIA had investigated it in and around that weekend.
Yeah.
But the theory, the PhD theory, and that has only come out this week.
Yes.
But anyways, Ev.
Also, the actual
20
truth
seconds
of what they're
left,
doing is so much cleverer than anything that
amazing.
anyone could try and accuse them of. Everything that everyone was so like, it's like...
Well, they talked about spraying water on the tyres
I was
or
just
something,
like,
didn't
no,
they?
actually,
wouldn't
it's this
work.
really
No.
insanely clever thing that none of you could have even thought up to blame us for. That's
No,
how
it's
good it
so-
is.
Well, it happened a
It's
few years
science,
ago before the cost cap. Mercedes invented this. They're called DAW steering, where you pull the steering wheel back.
I remember that.
Yes.
And that got ruled illegal because
Not cheating, but
not cheating
illegal.
because
They found a loophole.
so it was legal, but Red Bull said, well, there's no way anybody else could ever develop that in time. Therefore, it's an unfair advantage.
We're not as smart, so...
And then Mercedes voluntarily gave up on it because it was, in effect, it was too difficult anyway, because you're like... I think
That's
Lewis
wild.
said it was like rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time. You have to like constantly
I can't
do this,
change
that,
gears.
yeah.
I can't fucking
Yeah.
put the clutch in and change the gear, let alone
Yeah, that's
figure out
right.
when I'm supposed to.
So
I can't change gears on the F1 game.
Oh, no.
And so even that PhD that's been released, and that guy's released 2 incredibly boring videos.
Well, that's always in the team.
And it's so
That's
even
Oscar's
though
job, right?
that information's out there now, you can't. They wouldn't be able to design anything.
Not in time.
Some Band-Aid. Red Bull aren't going to come up with an upgrade that's got that in it.
Especially
like
the
we've
pit
been-
stop, Red Bull come out with those little like handheld sprays.
Yeah, like they're watering the plant. Fucking group. Like I can't water
So,
this
for
in the house,
example,
so I'll
if
just
it were,
spray-
it wouldn't be water anyway because steam expands.
Yeah.
Well,
So
because at 100 degrees,
Yeah.
water turns into steam. So,
yes, and you don't want it. You want it at because those
Celsius.
brakes are red molten lava
Oh, yeah,
hot.
yeah.
So water isn't
Just
going to
vaporizes.
cut it.
Yeah, that's right.
So it has to be some wicked like
Chemistry.
boron or something that's in there.
Well, I'd love to know what the
Yeah, no, nobody,
Chlorophyll.
nobody
is, right?
said what it is.
Like Borophyll.
But you love it. You love it, or is this good or bad?
No, I love it. Innovation's the name of the game,
Yep.
Bingo.
and there hasn't been innovation in a long time. And
Nah,
sometimes when there is innovation, especially in the 80s and 90s, it was illegal because, so for example,
They stole
Williams had active suspension.
Yeah, it was in the Senna doco, the Williams
Yep,
doco.
yep.
I was
Yes.
like, God, man, we need something like that currently because
Why-
things feel very boring. And now we've got it, and this is what happens. Everyone wants to get rid of it.
Well, no, we don't have active suspension.
No, but
No,
we've
you're
got
talking about the
we've
tyre.
got an
Innovation.
amazing innovation.
Oh,
that-
okay, yeah.
You know, you
So
get to the point where you just think it's never gonna
Why
happen again.
that was made illegal was because, and it's for the same reason they had the ground effect cars in the 70s. They were going so far. Nigel Mansell was going so fast with this active suspension and Senna as well that if it failed, and it's the same with the ground effect car because it was
Gone.
actually a skirt, like a hovercraft has a skirt that
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
out.
yeah.
If that would fail, you're going off at like 350 miles. Like you're not going.
Power boats that go in the air
Yeah,
and they start
you're
flipping
not.
everywhere.
You're not just
Yeah.
going faster. You're going like
Well,
inexplicably faster.
But also the danger of ground effect, and again, we're getting wildly off track here, like a car.
But
going
this
flying
doesn't
through the
affect.
air.
If it
But-
fails, you're not gonna.
But the thing about ground effect though is it pushes you back up, right? Isn't that the whole point?
No,
Actually-
no, it's meant to suck you down.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
sucked his down.
Why
see.
it pushes you back up is because the pressure is being let go, and so it's kind of getting sucked down.
But it's like
and
a
then-
it's like a bounce, right? Like
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
why
so
it's
your car
dangerous.
gets sucked down and it
Yeah.
squishes out so much air
Yeah.
that then the car reacts to that and then it keeps doing
Yeah.
this. So you're riding too
What's
low.
what's that word called when it just keeps
Dolphining.
bouncing?
Dolphining, yeah.
Tay, your turn. We've blown through the time limit here again. We're like Mclaren with our own
Two words.
Tyre compound. Go, Tay. What do you got?
I love it.
Demarcation.
I think more innovation's awesome, but of course, like Red Bull's probably the only one who constantly complains about anybody innovating, and I find that why aren't they doing it?
Are you going to talk about Zach Brown's idea?
No, I'm not. You go.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zach, so to Tay's point, Zach Brown came out and said, "Look, I don't think they really do it. It's not in American culture where you kind of keep pointing your finger and like, keep calling the school teacher like, oh, sir."
Yeah. Putting your hand up.
Yeah. And so Zach Brown came out and said, look, maybe there should be, because everybody's under the cost cap. Let's say if you want to point your finger, it's going to cost you 20 grand to pay for the FIA to investigate.
Oh, I like that.
And so he's like, it has to have a material
Well, it's like
impact.
in NBA.
Well, it's like a
you
it's
only
like a
have
challenge.
so many times you
Yeah,
can
it's like a
challenge.
challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he's like, it has to have an effect on your.
My only issue with that is if there's nothing to hide, then let everyone challenge you as much as they fucking want. So
Yeah, but it just shut the fuck up out of Red Bull.
but sure, but
Yeah.
what is that? How does that negatively
It's a
impact McLaren?
deterrent. It's a deterrent.
trying to give a
But
head-
again, I'm
but no,
assuming
yeah.
they have to
Yeah.
fucking give access to FIA to all of
Yeah.
their plans, all of the cars.
So it's
like
it would probably cost them money for the
Well,
extra work,
opportunity
right?
cost and-
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
Well,
sure.
then
Yeah.
you have to cover the opportunity cost.
Yeah, I like
So,
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. That's good.
Hey,
like
can
that.
I,
another brilliant idea from Idiots of F1, which I'm sure will come in. Into,
Yeah, no doubt.
that's
Somebody will
actually-
listen and
Actually, it was
take it.
Zach Brown's idea, wasn't it?
Well, actually, can I just ask you? And this I didn't
It was
have
barbecue
notes
sauce
for,
in the bottle. And
but
he
we
said-
are talking about Zach, and I can't help but think maybe it's coincided with winning, and everything's easier when you're winning, and maybe because he's lost a little bit of weight and he's got a beard now.
Sexiest man in F1.
Ozempic.
But can I say he's become cool in F1, and maybe because
I love it.
the relationship between he and
I
Horner
like it.
is genuinely so strange. You've got this real hero and villain type thing happening with those
Yeah, man.
guys.
I also
like-
I think what made me come around to him, because I know Ev took a lot longer than I did. I've always kind of liked how he talked to camera
Yeah,
and
I agree.
stuff.
He's
but
very American.
what I love the
Yeah.
most is his relationship with his drivers. It
Yeah.
feels like
Yeah.
a father-son
You feel- yeah.
relationship. And Toto kind of had that with Lewis.
do you reckon they sit on his lap?
Lando does.
Totally.
Tay.
He pants me.
No, hold on. I just want to say that my favourite part, and again, this is when I was like, oh, okay, so Zach's actually arrogant, but also a bit of a cunt. When I think it was Lando or Oscar won, and he leans over to Horner and goes, "Simply lovely." I love that. I love that. Tay, what do you got?
I do love that. He's so passive aggressive.
Yeah, he
which
is.
the difference with.
You just want to fucking punch him.
Toto.
If I was Horner, I'd...
I really love.
No, but as in, like, if he said that to me,
he's so
you
jovial.
take it to the point where, like, yeah, you're so bang on about
But is
I'm
that
gonna
because
fucking...
Christian does shit like that?
Yeah,
that
of course it is. That's why you don't see him doing it to Toto or anything like that.
Exactly, but
Like,
that's what I mean. So
yeah.
to me, it's more
He
like,
just likes
hey,
to dish it back. He's got a
we your
car
back.
now. He
Yeah.
can now turn around and go, hey, Christian, my dick is bigger than yours.
And let's not forget, like, 18 months ago, not even a year ago, it was like he was on the chopping block almost.
Yeah, there was a bit of... Yeah. Tay, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just saying, like, the difference between and I think you just touched on this now, with him and Horner compared to Toto and Horner. And it's just like, it's shifted. It's no longer Toto and Horner.
Yeah, but I reckon... I've always had the vibe that Toto doesn't respect Christian. I reckon Zach just likes...
really?
I
think Christian's got short man syndrome. He thinks
I think Toto just
Toto's...
knows he could beat the shit out of him if he had
I
to.
think Toto's just like Germanic, and he just
like
has...
these
He looks
ones.
like
He's
he's
holding it by
arrogant,
the
but he
head.
really isn't. He's never come across as it.
Yeah.
I was just saying it's like Toto's holding him at arm's length.
Yeah.
Horner's trying to fucking swing.
Right, we've got two more topics for what's Verstappening. Topic number 3. I'm going to regret saying this. Yes, Daddy, yes. Carlos, yeah. What the hell is that? Chill, Daddy, chill. Carlos Sainz Sr., a 2-time World Rally champion, 4-time Dakar Rally champion, and of course, current Williams driver Carlos Sainz's
Father.
Junior's dad. Yeah, I just had to get the seniors and juniors right there. He's considering a bid for the presidency of the Federation, or the FIA. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. The election is scheduled for the end of this year, gents, so after the F1 season. Sainz Sr., he's 63. He's expressed a desire to give back to the sport that has significantly shaped his life and career. He believes that his extensive experience in motorsport positions him well, ironically after what we were just talking about, to lead the FIA and address current challenges within the organisation. Gents, we've had suggestions recently that even the likes of Susie Wolf will make a run. Thoughts on Carlos Sr. and what it might mean for the FIA and F1 in future years, should he get the gig?
I'm all for this because he's beloved. He does have his respect from drivers, from managers, from every walk of life is immense. He seems like a genuinely lovely guy. And I also like the idea that he's coming from a rally background.
Yeah.
Rally's not as big as it used to be. It used to be enormous.
When he was a driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is he up there with like the Colin McRae?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
have
he
a video
knows
game,
he knows what it means to win and lose. And he knows how to talk to people in a way that's not condescending.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Or trying to he wouldn't pass off his culture onto, I don't swear, so you're not allowed to swear.
When he's represented in
He
Catalunya.
seems like the cool rich dad, like your mate's cool rich dad who like does all the cool stuff. So that I get from him. I don't really have a big opinion on whether he comes in or not. Like, I don't.
Can I ask you a question? Is there a conflict of interest in the fact that his son drives? Is that a problem? No.
I mean, how much influence can he possibly have? Of, like, what's he going to do? Like, help his son win the race? Like, I don't
Try
know.
and get high
I
fives
think
and
it'd be
photos.
different. I think it'd be different if he was like a team principal or a team owner.
Maybe.
Well, that's what happened with Domenicali.
You can't make your son drive
Because
faster,
he's the head of Formula One for
And
the
he was from
FIA.
Ferrari.
Yeah, and he's from Ferrari, and so
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Christian Horner or someone, and they floated the idea, well, he's going to be so biased for Ferrari. It's like, buddy, just respect the guy.
Just when you guys started talking about conflicts of interest there, you know how earlier we were talking about Flavio Briatore, and I was like, fuck, Ev, I had another question for you, and I can't remember it. I just remembered it.
Whoa.
I know.
Like me with my
I'm
answers.
so sorry. This is now going to fuck this, and let's just quickly touch on this. But isn't Flavio Briatore Jack Doohan's manager?
Yeah, so Digby didn't know this, and so I'm surprised. I didn't know that you guys didn't know this.
I didn't know this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's also Alonso's manager, or he was?
I don't know. I don't know if he was his manager, but he managed the team, Renault, when Alonso was there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was the
just,
manager or not.
So just to be
So yes,
He is Jack Doohan's manager,
So, yes.
and he's fired Jack
at
Doohan.
some point he put his arm around Jack Doohan and said, "Stick with me. I'm going to be your manager." And then he got up from his seat, went across the table and sat down and was like, "Oh, look, I've looked at this contract and I think we can get you for less money." And then he got up from the seat and then ran down to say, so he had a negotiation with himself to come, because essentially his role at Alpine is identical to Helmut Marko's.
Oh, so
And part of that, the guy who
something
just
about
left.
old white men, huh?
Yeah.
The guy who left, and he was like not Ollie Behrman.
Ollie Oakes.
Ollie Oakes.
Oliver Oakes.
They were speculating that perhaps this, because this is so unprofessional how you're
That
behaving,
they'd had a falling out.
that they'd had a falling out because nobody's used to having like a ghoul over your shoulder like Helmut or Flavio can be.
Managing the shit out of
And so yes, it was as if he's having a negotiation with it, representing both sides.
Yeah, okay.
And now, as your manager, I'm going to fire you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what is going on
what is
here?
going on?
Looking
that
in the
fucking
mirror
team.
going, that's a low ball. Don't
Yeah,
you tell
yeah,
me
yeah.
what it's like.
Yeah. I think I got him on the ropes.
Yeah.
It is weird, and to be honest with you, for me, and again, we're off topic here, but I told you
It's
it would
unethical.
I told you it would come back to me at the most inappropriate time of
There
what
you
the
go.
question I had for you was.
Exactly when you
But
thought
it's,
it
I mean, this all reeks of Alpine being just one big fucking. I don't understand why they're in F1. First of all, like I
when
mean,
they used to be
they
Renault
don't
and
make
they were
engines.
good.
They're not making engines anymore as
Yep.
Renault. So I don't get it. This team is a fucking mess.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
It
mess.
has been.
Poor Jack Doohan.
But remember,
yeah.
this is the same fucking team that announced Oscar Piastri was going to be the new driver.
And who was the team principal then? What was his name?
Ottman.
Ottman.
And he
Yeah.
did he because
Otmar.
he suddenly was
Otmar.
because he was good. I remember him being good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty well
Yeah.
respected.
And
Yeah.
he was suddenly out. I was like, oh god, was
Yeah,
that
It's
his
kind
era?
of like
Now it
you're
feels
if
like
you're the
that.
head, you're only as good as how much people listen to you.
Oh yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
because it's a socialist system for Renault, they're part owned by the government.
Yeah.
It just
Too much micromanaging.
It's
probably
Too
Renault
many chiefs.
were successful because of that with Fernando and with
Yeah.
Michael, because their engines were so
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
And so
But then
why?
just not forget when just before Denny left, he started.
Yeah.
He was like
But don't forget, Red
how
Bull-
close he was to the podium.
That's
a lot
right.
Of the
But
time.
don't forget when he was at Red Bull, and when, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Vettel was
Carlos.
at Red Bull, they were Renault engines, or were they Honda when they won the World Champs?
No, that was.
They
I
were
think that was
Renault.
back with Renault. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Christian would accuse Renault of giving us like a B spec engine.
Oh yeah.
That's
Or like
Yeah,
a
it's just-
weaker,
yeah.
and it's like, first of all, that I know it might feel that way, but it very much does not happen that way. You can't build an engine to that spec and also be like, oh, we'll just make it out of
give him
iron
the offcuts.
instead of like titanium.
Do the off
yeah,
It's a bit weird though, like, and I don't really get it. Why? Let's just 2 seconds. I don't want to labour on it. Why don't Renault make engines anymore? Is it too expensive?
they haven't said.
Okay. EA Sports. They've no idea. Did you like that?
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
like that.
What is this about?
EA Sports has officially released their driver ratings of F1 25, sparking the usual annual chaos over who's been underrated, overrated, or
What's this
just
got
done
to do with
dirty.
anything?
Ratings are based on experience, racecraft, awareness, and pace, which EA claims are updated dynamically through the season. Max Verstappen tops the chart with 95 overall.
That's incorrect.
The highest in the game by far, followed by Lando and Leclerc on 91. George and Carlos round out the top 5 and 90, and Oscar is all the way down in 7th.
Okay, so
Hold on, gents. Firstly, who is your top 3 and what rankings are you giving them? And then if you're an F1 driver based on your actual video game results, what are you ranking yourself?
well, I'll rank myself as a 5 out of 100 because obviously I can't drive an F1 car. I fucking hate these EA Sports rankings. I don't know who got into the publicity at EA Sports that somehow they managed to make this relevant to the actual sport, but I got to say it, and we need to leave this in. Any game company that is ranking Sam Kerr like Lionel Messi is full of shit. And if you think for a minute
isn't that relative?
their rankings mean anything...
But it should be
no,
relative.
it's not
I think
relative.
that's the point. But they both get ranked at like 97.
Yeah, so if I
As
play
a-
with Sam Kerr, I could just run around the field of like the English fucking soccer team.
But she's the Messi of women's football.
Well, that's true. It's not like
you
you can-
work for EA? Like, clearly she's not as good as Lionel Messi, so she can't have that score.
Why don't I get paid as much as Beyonce? That's what I want to know.
Because you're not a black woman.
Oh,
I think that's clear.
my
Anyway,
That's going to have to be cut.
Yes. But that. Funnily enough, I used to have that argument when people asked.
we
about
know.
women.
You had
We
that
know,
argument
we've
with
had
us.
that argument with us.
It was Delta Goodrum, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, I don't think these
She was
numbers
born
mean
to try.
anything, and clearly with Oscar Solo, they clearly don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So none of this should have any weight whatsoever. So fuck
I love
off
that
EA
we're getting
Sports.
Cool,
upset
there you go.
about something that's so arbitrary.
It is, but we're ending with a-
95.
we're ending with a middle line. Also,
whatever.
this is the point.
If Max is the best, why isn't he 100 and then
But
scale
also,
downwards?
but boys,
Yeah,
this is the
it's
point.
marked
They're-
on a curve.
The EA they are out there defending that this is done with some proper consolidation.
Fuck off,
and-
EA Sports.
Yeah, okay.
Stop making us
Right,
pay
I
for
don't-
shitty games.
Your Diggs is just furious.
When's the last game you bought?
F1
From
21.
EA, I haven't bought an EA game since like GTA came out.
Ev, you got anything to say here, or can we just skip you?
No.
Is that a no? You've got nothing. Okay, Tay, let's bring it home, mate. Bring it home for me.
The gaming connoisseur producer.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Maybe you could just skip me like you did with the Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, you went off topic.
Oh fuck!
All right, mate. You can chip on your
Yeah,
shoulder.
that
that
doesn't matter.
That was
me in the
corner
logo.
level of passive aggressive
Yeah.
right there.
You're not even
Yeah.
in the logo.
I know that was Zach Brand level.
No, but hey, you're the gaming master here, so tell us.
Yeah, I'd be right there with Diggers on the ranking of myself 5 to 10 in
Yep.
the game for sure.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
no.
bullshit that Oscar
No, just gonna
is
argue
as
on
low
that.
as he is.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
I think Max is up there. Oscar should have been up there. And Lewis is too low as well.
Are you gonna
And
get
the
a
fact
game?
that Carlos is.
Wait. What was Lewis ranked? What was his ranking?
He was like 87.
89, I think.
That's too high.
I think he was 89. He was
should be 80.
slightly higher than Oscar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joke.
But the fact that they had Stroll there that was up there and like fucking
Really?
doing a bunch
Well,
of
Hadjar was the
skinny
worst
stuff.
rated.
That's not fair.
Hadjar's the worst rated. Stroll was on 74. I mean, look, to be fair, like EA Sports probably got that one right. Like he's shit.
Yeah, it's clearly just that marketing thing. Like what?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the checkered flag for this week's Idiots of F1, where we've previewed Imola, argued over tyre science we definitely don't understand and somehow still didn't solve Ferrari's problems. We've tackled brake drums with built-in science experiments, presidential dreams for Carlos Sainz Sr., even though we didn't get Tay's input on that, and I'll never hear the end of it. And the question that will haunt us all is McLaren just good or just clever enough to not get caught? Massive thanks to my co-hosts here, my idiots, Tay, Evan, Diggs, for showing up with opinions, wildly inaccurate quiz answers, and the usual mix of chaos and charm. And to you listening, thank you for riding shotgun with us once again. If you've enjoyed the show, chuck us a follow, tell your F1 group chat, or just scream "What's Verstappening" out your car window at strangers. It all helps. We'll be back next week with more nonsense, more noise, and probably another Verstappen win to explain emotionally. Until then, keep your takes hot, your pit stops clean, and your tyre temps in the optimal phase change window. This has been Idiots of F1, and we will see you next lap.
Bye.